My dear friends, my brothers and sisters, if I gave you two choices right now, choice A, win the lottery today, become a millionaire instantly. Choice B, improve yourself just 1% every single day for the next 5 years. Which one would you pick? Most people will say, of course, the lottery. Who wants to wait 5 years? But here's the funny part. If you actually pick the lottery, chances are in 5 years you'll be broke again. If you pick self-improvement, you won't just have millions. You have the kind of mindset that creates millions again and again. See, success is never about the jackpot. It's about what you improve daily. Small things, tiny things, but consistent. Now, let me tell you something. People like to ask me, what's the secret to success? And I always laugh because there is no big secret. The secret is actually boring. It's hidden in your daily habits. Think about it. Michael Jordan didn't become the greatest basketball player because one day he scored 60 points. No, number. He became great because he spent thousands of days improving little things. His free throws, his footwork, his defense, even when no one was watching. And yet, we live in a world where everyone is chasing shortcuts. We want success like instant noodles. Add hot water, wait 2 minutes, done. A life doesn't work like that. You need to improve a few things daily, and over time, you become unstoppable. So today, I want to share with you 5 things you must improve every single day if you really want to change your life. Not tomorrow, not next month, daily. And the first thing is this: improve your clarity. You see, most people wake up in the morning and have no idea why they are alive. They check their phone, they scroll, they eat, they go to work, and then complain life is boring. My friend, if you live like that, you're not living. You're just existing. Clarity means knowing what you want. Every single day, you must improve your clarity about your goals, your direction, your values. Think about it. Would you ever get in a taxi, sit down, and when the driver asks where to, you reply, just drive anywhere? No, I'll. But this is exactly how many people live their life, driving fast, but with no destination. Do you know what Einstein once said? He said, if you can't explain something simply, you don't understand it well enough. The same goes for your life. If you can't explain what you want in one sentence, you don't understand your own dream well enough. So here's a funny exercise you can try tonight. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, why am I doing what I'm doing? If your answer sounds like, because everyone else is doing it, congratulations, you've just discovered why you're stuck. Improving clarity means cutting out the noise. It means knowing what's important and ignoring what isn't. Steve Jobs was famous for wearing the same black turtleneck every day. Why? Because he didn't want to waste energy deciding what to wear. He wanted clarity. He saved his brain power for the things that matter. So my friend, the first thing you must improve daily is your clarity. Write down your goals every morning. Review them every night. Ask yourself, am I moving closer to what I want, or am I just moving? Because remember this, motion is not progress. A rocking horse moves all day, but it doesn't go anywhere. Don't be the rocking horse. Now that you understand the power of improving your clarity every single day, let's talk about the second thing you must improve daily. And this one separates dreamers from doers. Improve your discipline. Listen carefully. Motivation is useless without discipline. Yes, I said it. Motivation is like sugar. It gives you energy for a moment, but then it fades. Discipline is like oxygen. It keeps you alive even when you don't feel like breathing. Here's the truth nobody likes to admit. Most people don't fail because they're not smart enough. They fail because they can't stay consistent long enough. Think about it. How many times have you started something with excitement? I'm going to the gym every day. I'm going to read 30 minutes a day. I'm starting a business this year. And 2 weeks later, you're watching TV with a bag of chips telling yourself, I'll start again on Monday. We laugh, but we've all done it. That's why discipline is a daily practice, not a one-time decision. Let me tell you a story. Elon Musk once said that when he was building SpaceX, he slept on the factory floor and showered at the office. Why? Because rockets don't care about your mood. They care about math, precision, and discipline. And when Tesla was near bankruptcy, he didn't say, I'm not feeling inspired today. He showed up every single day. That's discipline. Here's the hard truth. If you only work hard when you feel like it, you'll never achieve anything beyond average. Let me give you an example everyone can relate to. Imagine you brush your teeth only when you're motivated. Some weeks you would have perfect hygiene. Other weeks, your mouth would be a disaster. Success works the same way. It's about showing up even when you don't want to. Now, how do you improve discipline daily? Start with micro promises. Tell yourself, I will read 2 pages today. Do it. I will work out for 10 minutes. Do it. I will wake up 10 minutes earlier. Do it. The size doesn't matter. The consistency does. Once you train your brain to keep small promises, it starts trusting you with bigger ones. Another powerful trick, make discipline easier than distraction. For example, if you want to read more, leave a book on your pillow. If you want to work out, pack your gym clothes the night before. If you want to stop wasting time on your phone, put it in another room while you work. Our discipline is not about being a robot. It's about designing your environment to make good decisions automatic. And let me say this loud and clear. Discipline is more valuable than talent. I've seen average people outwork geniuses simply because they kept going when others quit. There's a saying I love, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So if you ever feel like you're not talented enough, not smart enough, not lucky enough, good. Because none of that matters if you have discipline. And here's the funny twist. Once discipline becomes a habit, it stops feeling like discipline. It just becomes part of who you are. People will look at you and say, wow, you're so motivated, but you'll know the truth. It's not motivation. It's discipline built day by day, brick by brick. So remember this, clarity tells you where you're going. Discipline makes sure you actually get there. So we talked about clarity, knowing where you're going. We talked about discipline, doing the work even when you don't feel like it. Now, let's talk about the third thing you must improve daily. Improve your communication. Listen carefully. Your ideas, your talents, your dreams, they mean nothing if you can't express them. How many times have you seen someone less talented, less qualified, even less hardworking, but they still got the promotion, the deal, or the recognition? Why? Because they knew how to communicate. The sad truth is, the world doesn't reward the best ideas. The world rewards the ideas that are communicated the best. Now, don't confuse communication with talking a lot. Some people think if they talk nonstop, they're great communicators. No, that's called annoying. Our communication is about being clear, being confident, and being human. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're in a restaurant and the waiter comes over. You ask, what's good here? And the waiter says, everything is good. Maybe the chicken, but the fish is also okay. But some people like the pasta. By the time they finish, you've lost your appetite. Now imagine another waiter says, sir, if you want something light, take the grilled salmon. If you're hungry, take the steak, best in town. Boom, clear, confident, done. That's communication. And let's be honest, most of us are terrible communicators. We use too many words, we go in circles, or we talk only about ourselves. Improving communication daily means practicing the art of connecting with people. Here's a trick you can start using today. Learn to tell stories. People don't remember data, they remember stories. Martin Luther King Jr. didn't say, I have a strategic plan. He said, I have a dream, and it moved a nation. Another trick. Listen more than you talk. Great communicators aren't great because they speak beautifully. They're great because they make others feel heard. Think about the last conversation where someone actually listened to you with full attention. Didn't you feel amazing? That's the power of communication. Now, here's a funny truth. Most of us are more afraid of public speaking than we are of death. Surveys show that at a funeral, most people would rather be in the coffin than giving the speech. But the only way to beat that fear is practice. Communicate daily. Speak up in meetings. Share your ideas. Even if your voice shakes, every time you practice, your fear shrinks and your confidence grows. And remember this, improving communication isn't just about speeches or business, it's about life. Your relationships, your friendships, your career all rise or fall based on how you communicate. Think of it like this. Clarity gives you direction. Discipline keeps you walking. But communication opens the doors along the way. So every day, improve how you speak, how you listen, and how you connect. Because the people who change the world are not just the ones with big ideas. They're the ones who can share those ideas in a way that makes others believe. So we've covered clarity, discipline, and communication. Now comes the fourth thing you must improve every single day. Improve your emotional control. Let me ask you this. Have you ever sent a text message when you were angry and then later wish you could invent a time machine just to delete it? Yeah, me too. Here's the truth. A lack of emotional control has destroyed more relationships, more businesses, and more careers than lack of talent ever has. Think about it. You can be the smartest person in the room, but if you can't manage your anger, your fear, your jealousy, or your stress, you'll make stupid decisions. Even the greatest leaders in history were not the strongest or the most intelligent. They were the ones who could stay calm in chaos. Look at sports. Remember when Serena Williams lost a big match and the media criticized her reaction? People didn't judge her talent. They judged her emotional control because emotions are louder than skills. Let me give you another example. Thomas Edison, he failed over 1,000 times trying to invent the light bulb. If he had lost his patience after attempt number 50, today you and I would probably still be sitting in the dark holding candles and arguing about whose turn it is to buy more matches. Emotional control is not about never feeling upset, never feeling scared, never feeling jealous. No, it's about learning to respond instead of react. Here's a simple daily practice. When something upsets you, don't reply immediately. Don't shout immediately. Don't act immediately. Pause, breathe, count to 10. Sometimes that tiny pause saves your job, your friendship, or even your marriage. Another trick. Protect your energy. If you hang out with people who complain all day, you'll start complaining all day. If you scroll social media for hours, comparing your life with everyone else's highlights, you'll feel miserable. Improve your emotional control by controlling your environment. And here's a funny thought. When you argue with a fool from far away, people can't tell who is who. So sometimes the smartest thing you can do is simply walk away. Daily improvement in emotional control means training your brain the same way you train your body. You don't go to the gym once and say, okay, I'm fit forever. No, you exercise daily. Same with your emotions every day. Practice patience, practice gratitude, practice letting small things go. Someone cuts you off in traffic, don't spend the next hour screaming inside your car. Just smile and say, thank you for teaching me self-control, my friend, because here's the truth. The stronger your emotional control, the less power the world has over you. And the less power the world has over you, the freer you become. So remember, clarity tells you where to go. Discipline keeps you moving. Communication opens doors. But emotional control makes sure you don't burn the whole house down while you're walking through those doors. So far, we have talked about 4 powerful things to improve daily: clarity, discipline, communication, and emotional control. Now comes the 5th and final one. And without this, everything else collapses. Improve your ability to learn and adapt. Let me ask you something. If you kept using the same phone from 2005, would you survive today? Imagine trying to install TikTok on a Nokia 331. Oh, impossible. Yet many people are trying to run their lives and careers on mental software that hasn't been updated in years. The world is changing every single day. If you don't learn and adapt, you get left behind. Simple as that. Remember Kodak? They once dominated photography, but they refused to adapt to digital cameras. Gone. Remember Blockbuster? They laughed at Netflix. Gone. The lesson is clear. It's not the strongest who survive. It's the ones who adapt the fastest. And here's the funny thing. Most people think learning stops after school. They graduate, throw their books away, and say, finally, no more studying. But life doesn't work like that. The real exam starts the day you leave school, and it never ends. Every single day, you must improve your knowledge, your skills, your perspective. Read, listen, observe, ask questions, try new things, even if it's just 10 minutes a day. Learn something new, because the more you learn, the more valuable you become, and the more adaptable you are, the harder it is for life to break you. Think of bamboo. It bends with the wind, but doesn't break. That's adaptability. Strong, flexible, unstoppable. Be like bamboo. Here's a practical tip. Every night ask yourself, what did I learn today that I didn't know yesterday? If the answer is nothing, then the day was wasted. And don't just learn from books. Learn from people, from mistakes, from failures, from your own experiences. Mistakes are extensive lessons, but they are also the ones that stick forever. Now, let me wrap this up. If you improve these 5 things daily, clarity of your goals, discipline to take action, communication to connect with people, emotional control to stay balanced, and learning to keep growing, then I promise you 5 years from now, you will look back and not even recognize the person you used to be. Because success is not one giant leap. It is thousands of small steps taken daily in the right direction. So don't chase shortcuts. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start improving today, even if it's just 1%, because one day people will look at you and say, wow, you changed your entire life. And you'll smile because you will know the truth. It wasn't one big change. It was 5 small improvements made every single day. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like and subscribe, my dear.